There are a wide range of spiritual practices that help us to release and let go of our negative emotions, those that contract us, that constrict our energy flow, so that we can enter the flow of life in a bigger, more expansive way. About this, I have no doubt, and they have worked for me in the past and continue to do so now. However, these do not imply that we need to go back into situations that have been traumatizing or feel abusive to us. It's like taking a wound and having a scab on it, a scar that's healing, and just picking at it until it bleeds again. Now, let me introduce myself. My name's Karina. I've been on the spiritual path for a couple of decades. I've had amazing, expansive, visionary, flowing experiences, and some knocks along the way as well, and things that have held me back from my growth. And I want to share with you what I've learned so that you can accelerate your process. So everything I'm saying right now is within that spirit. I do see this sometimes. It happened in a YouTube explanation of a certain technique by David Hawkins about surrendering, letting go of emotions. Absolutely, that technique works. And the YouTuber did a great job explaining it and provides a wonderful little meditation that helps. However, somebody commented that if you go right back into situations that have created your wounds and you don't move away from them, that this will continue to fester and the wound doesn't just go away, that the new ones develop, right? And the teacher just said, if you just keep doing this practice, that will all resolve. I respectfully disagree. I advocate for discernment. If something is feeling very hurtful to you, you have the right to step away. Listen, I spent time in some New Age circles in Northern California, where I'm from. And yeah, there are folks that get upset if they smell perfume, shampoo, or think you looked at them sideways. Obviously, that is going to impede your ability to be effective in life if you're that sensitized. I'm really talking about things, and that's part of the problem, because it's really about discernment. There are folks that have grown up in families of origin that really have the scapegoating that does not improve even into adulthood. You can step away, right? This is something that the next generation, I think, has done a great job of in identifying some of the patterns in families that can continue to create toxicity. In those cases, you don't need to keep on going on sacrificing yourself. And my concern is that some of the spiritual traditions, both Eastern and Western esoteric, they focus on that. It can be interpreted as being somewhat masochistic. You can have compassion for these folks, and that is what's recommended, forgiveness and compassion, but it is absolutely valuable to do so at the distance that is appropriate for you and allows you to not only heal, but continue to expand. And this was well stated by one of our contemporary classical Tantra teachers, the scholar practitioner Christopher Wallace. Recently, I saw him respond to one of his students about this. In the classical Tantra tradition, you build up an energy flow that allows you to consume all of life. So there is nothing in life that you need to be avoiding, scared of, whether it's certain relationship, adventures, careers. It all needs to be consumed back into the flow and transmuted into energy that is higher and more expansive. So what Christopher clarified is if there are situations where you cannot transform it, your energy body cannot consume it, digest it, then it is advisable to step away. He didn't say what those situations are. As an appropriate spiritual teacher is really the spiritual practices, they do apply across the board. However, it's also very appropriate to use the wisdom that we have at our disposal, the wisdom of modern psychology, that we know how we work, how certain parts of someone else's shadow can be projecting onto you. And if you're taking that for too long, habituated, it changes your mental, your neural pathways. And this is not a path to becoming higher and more expanded. So just a plea for discernment, just a plea for practicality as we move along the path of transforming and transmuting our denser emotions into higher and brighter and lighter ones. Once again, I'm Karina Howell. I feel very blessed and grateful to be your fellow traveler on this path. Let me know what you think of these thoughts. I know they can be, this can be pretty nuanced, and there are various perspectives. So please have a blessed day and let me know what you think in the comments.